This is something we all take for granted. Turning on the tap to make a meal. But Jessie Sabrin couldn't do this before. Even bathing her young children was risky.
When they were babies, we used the jug water. We'd warm up the jug water because we didn't really trust the tap water.
Last June, Jessie and her neighbors finally got safe drinking water. Cooking for the family is easier now, but her 5 kids are still getting used to it.
The kids didn't know nothing about drinking out of the tap, you know? Like when we first got it, they were all surprised, like, really? We're gonna drink this? And I'm like, yeah, it's good to drink.
Pic Mobert is a First Nations community of about 350 people in northern Ontario. It's had a boil water advisory on and off for more than a decade. There's no proper water treatment plant. Water was delivered in jugs.
How many of those would you get?
For a week, I think they'd give us four or five. We'd run out, and I gotta go borrow water.
Jessie's husband, Basil Sabrin, laughs about it now, but it was hard.
I feel relieved now that I don't have to struggle to get a jug of water, or, you know, that's one thing that comes to my mind right now is relief.
There was relief, too, at the elementary school,
to clear the water,
where an entire generation of kids was growing up wary of water from the tap.
It would be really tough to have a shower or a bath because you don't know if the water's going to be clean or dirty. So it would be hard to wash your face.
When we used to take baths, the water would be really dirty, and now when we take it, it's really clear.
Students here have to drink bottled water for a while yet. The school's one drinking fountain is a casualty. Left dry for so long it rusted and has to be replaced. Principal Jackie Craig is grateful the hardest part is over.
There's an accomplishment in the air, but there's also a feeling of it's about time.
This is a pre-filter. Before that, there's actually a strainer.
It all changed with Pic Mobert's new $13 million water treatment plant. 7 years ago, the community pushed hard for this plant after E. coli was discovered in the lake that's the water supply.
This is a pretty state-of-the-art plant.
It's a stark contrast to the old pump house that Pic Mobert used for decades.
This is kind of archaic and really wouldn't be acceptable in this day and age.
People in these houses now have a shiny new water treatment plant, but the trick for this small community is to keep it going.
Chief Wayne Sabrin is proud of the new treatment plant and of the changes it's brought to his community, but he's also worried. Ottawa funded the plant, but there's no extra money to operate it.
We got a beautiful plant, $13 million, but if I can't maintain it and operate it, I haven't got the funds, the plant's going to fail, and how do I fix the problem?
Dave Craig has seen that happen many times before.
A lot of places I worked in the north, the money wasn't there on time and that, and a lot of those plants went downhill pretty quick. So one of my goals is to make sure that doesn't happen in Pic Mobert First Nation.
So Craig is teaching people from the community to run the plant. Orville McWatch Jr. is one of the trainees, but even that could be temporary. The reserve can only pay McWatch just over minimum wage. Once he's learned the highly technical job, he could be lured away by a nearby town with more money.
Obviously, I want to stay. It's my community. I want to help keep my family here. I want to live here, grow up here, eventually maybe retire here. But it's the wage that could possibly stop me from doing that.
It means Pic Mobert is facing uncertainty and a financial struggle to keep its clean water. Still, the chief thinks it's worth it.
To me, it's awesome. It's the greatest thing, you know. You get excited over simple things that were other Canadians always had, you know, and that's how we feel in the community, you know. We finally got something, you know.
Jessie Sabrin is just happy that life is a little easier and her kids can drink the water.
Not every community has that, and some communities are having a harder time to get it than us, so I'm happy we were able to get it.
Happy about clean water from a tap, still very much a luxury here. Margaret McDermott, CBC News on Pic Mobert First Nation.